Hello, and welcome to today's on-demand presentation. I'm thrilled to have you join us today to watch this presentation on why go to college. The goal of today's presentation is to provide valuable insights and practical information that you can use to support and guide your students towards achieving their educational and personal goals. A counselor or mentor can have a powerful impact on a student's decision to go to college by providing guidance, encouragement, and a real-world perspective on the value of higher education. You can help your students see how college can open doors to career opportunities, higher earnings, and personal growth, while also sharing your own experiences and lessons learned. As a counselor or mentor, you can assist with navigating the application process and the financial aid process, connecting them to helpful resources, and also you're able to help build their self-confidence and their ability to succeed. Perhaps most importantly, you can serve as a role model, showing students what is possible and inspiring them to set ambitious goals for their future. In today's session, we are going to review a variety of topics that will help you learn more about the benefits of going to college and how to share this information with your students. To start, let's define higher education. Higher education refers to the stage of learning that occurs at universities, colleges, and vocational technical schools that award academic degrees or professional certifications. It typically follows the completion of secondary education, such as high school, and can include both undergraduate and postgraduate education. Completing some form of higher education can not only increase your students' lifetime earnings, but it also affords your students with other opportunities that they don't want to miss out on. As a counselor or mentor, it's important to help your students understand that higher education can be a game changer for their future earnings. A degree gives them the qualifications for higher paying jobs, and over a lifetime, they can make significantly more than those with only a high school diploma. Even earning an associate degree or industry certification can open doors to better opportunities for them. Another powerful strategy is stacking credentials, where students can earn multiple qualifications over time to grow their skills and advance their career. Students can start with a basic credential and build up to higher level degrees or credentials, all while working at their own pace. This not only helps them qualify for better positions and higher salaries, but it also lets them specialize in areas that match their goals, like adding specific credentials to a general degree, so they're always aligning their education with the career they want. Credential stacking involves obtaining multiple licenses and certifications to increase one's scope of work and marketability. For example, let's look at credential stacking for HVAC professionals. HVAC is someone who works in the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning field. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the job outlook for this field is projected to grow 9% from 2023 to 2033. However, we all live in Florida, so I'm going to guess that we're going to be growing a lot more than just 9% in the next 10 years. A typical progression begins with mandatory EPA certification, followed by state-issued contractor licenses, and rounded out with voluntary specialized certifications. As outlined on this chart, credentials combined with progressive work experience, an HVAC professional can earn up to $90,000 a year for a relatively small investment. So let's compare that to someone who graduates with a master's degree. The average national salary for someone with a master's degree is $90,324 a year. However, the average student loan debt for a master's degree is around $69,140 a year. Now, let's say our HVAC professional decides they're going to go back to school, get a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering to improve their career prospects. They're going to be earning the same amount of money roughly as someone with a master's degree. However, their average student loan debt is only going to be around $23,500. As a counselor or mentor, you can help your students explore career paths of interest, helping them to gain a better understanding of time investment, cost, and future earning potential. As outlined in this chart, lifetime earnings increase with higher levels of education. Individuals with less than a high school diploma earn about $1.2 million over their lifetime, while high school graduates earn around $1.6 million. Those with an associate degree can expect to see earnings of about $2 million Those with a bachelor's degree can expect to see earnings of about 2.8 million, and someone who holds an advanced degree can expect to see earnings of about 3.2 million over the course of their lifetime. This is one of the most eye-opening graphics that you can share with your students, especially when coupled with a prior slide that shows how HVAC credential stacking can end up earning roughly the same as someone with an advanced degree. These examples illustrate the level of education and the career path chosen both play a large role in driving lifetime earnings. When meeting with your students, share with them that a degree or certificate can significantly improve their job prospects by meeting employer qualifications, signaling they have a mastery of relevant skills, and opening doors to higher paying in-demand careers. These credentials also provide access to valuable professional networks, demonstrate commitment and work ethic, and help them stand out in a competitive hiring situation, making them a powerful investment in their future. Higher education can break the cycle of poverty by providing your students with the skills, knowledge, and qualifications needed to access better paying, more stable jobs that offer long-term financial security. Earning a degree or a certificate can help your students increase their lifetime earning potential, reduce unemployment risk, and open doors to career fields that offer benefits such as health insurance and retirement plans. Beyond income, higher education fosters critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability, skills that will help them navigate economic challenges. It also creates generational change. Children of college graduates are more likely to pursue higher education themselves, further strengthening the family economic stability over time. Additionally, access to professional networks and resources gained through higher education can lead to opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach for them. By sharing this information and maybe your own personal experiences, you can help your students and their families move towards sustained economic mobility. Financial aid makes higher education more accessible by lowering tuition costs through grants and scholarships that don't require repayment, covering additional expenses like books, housing, and transportation. There are also flexible federal loan options with manageable repayment plans available. Not only does financial aid reduce financial pressure, the increased access for low-income and first-generation students through need-based programs like the Pell Grant help open doors to higher-paying careers and long-term economic mobility. As your students look at their higher education options, it's important to help them access and navigate federal, state, and local financial aid program applications. Also, remind your students that the average undergraduate borrower carries around $23,500 in student loan debt. However, the total U.S. student loan debt is around $1.77 trillion. Student loans should only be considered as a last resort. When talking with your students, it may be helpful to explain how higher education equips them with the skills employers value the most by providing specialized knowledge in their field, along with essential transferable skills like critical thinking, problem solving, communication, teamwork, and adaptability. Through coursework, projects, internships, and apprenticeships, they're going to be able to gain both technical expertise and practical experience, demonstrating to employers that they can apply what they've learned to real-world challenges and that they are able to contribute effectively to the workplace. Higher education can help your students by expanding their network by connecting them with professors, classmates, alumni, and industry professionals who can offer mentorship, advice, and job opportunities. Through group projects, campus organizations, internships, and career events, your students can build relationships with people in their field who can open doors to internships, full-time positions, collaborations, and long-term professional growth. It's important to share with your students the difference between an internship and an apprenticeship. Internships will allow them to work in an organization, sometimes without pay, in order to gain work experience or to satisfy requirements for a specific qualification. Apprenticeships are a great way for them to get paid while completing hands-on training with related coursework. It's also going to help them gain industry skills, and they will often receive credit toward credentials. Also, encourage your students to check to see if an employer will offer tuition assistance or tuition reimbursement to help them offset their college costs. All of these connections often become valuable resources throughout their career. And this is another great way for you to share your story. I can name so many people that have helped me over the past 30 plus years elevate my career. And these are people that are still my friends today. And some of those people that impacted me have now impacted my own child, who has now finished her master's degree and is working in the workforce full time. So again, we were talking about breaking that generational cycle. This is something that I encourage you to do. Share your story, because even though we're telling them this, if you share your personal experiences, it's going just to help this message resonate a lot more. Let your students know that higher education increases their job stability by qualifying them for careers with lower unemployment rates, better benefits, and stronger long-term demand. Graduates are more likely to work in fields that offer consistent employment even during times of economic downturn, and their advanced skills make them more adaptable to changes in the job market, reducing their risk of prolonged unemployment. Higher education supports your students' personal growth and confidence by challenging them to think critically, solve problems, and communicate effectively, while exposing them to diverse ideas and perspectives. As they master new skills and achieve academic goals, they build self-esteem, resilience, and a stronger sense of identity, empowering them to take on challenges in both their career and personal life. Higher education can help your students be a role model by showing others, especially family, friends, and their community, that dedication and hard work can lead to success. Earning a degree demonstrates the value of education, inspires others to pursue their own goals, and sets a positive example of perseverance, responsibility, and lifelong learning. Higher education impacts your students beyond the classroom by offering involvement in student organizations and leadership training that builds teamwork and management skills, as well as opportunities like study abroad programs and cultural experiences that broaden their worldview. Higher education promotes the development of essential life skills that go beyond textbooks, preparing them for success in both their personal and professional lives. A great tool to share with your students is Florida Shines. Florida Shines is Florida's student hub of innovative educational services, an information-rich website of free online tools and resources to help students succeed in school, earn a college degree, and embark on a rewarding career. This is a great resource to explore all kinds of career options. In addition to the HVAC career highlighted earlier in today's presentations, Florida Shines is reporting that some of the fastest growing occupations in Florida are: 1. Transportation inspectors. The median salary for a transportation inspector is roughly $83,345. Specialized training, certifications, and relevant experience are typically needed. However, specialized roles may require a bachelor's degree in a related field like engineering or transportation management. Another example is software developers. The median salary for this particular career is $122,304. This does typically require a bachelor's degree in computer science, software engineering, or a related field. However, while a bachelor's degree is often sufficient, some employers may prefer or require a master's degree, particularly for a specialized role or for those seeking higher salaries, according to computerscience.org. Practical experience such as internships or personal projects are also highly valued by employers. Now, in today's presentation, we've given you 3 different examples, but there are other items that they can research on Florida Shines to find out what would be a great fit for them, and help them learn how to align their strengths into a career. So what's next? We encourage you to meet with your students to discuss the benefits of higher education. Give them information on Xello if they already don't have access to it. Teach them how to explore technical programs as alternatives to degrees. I would also suggest that they use the My Next Move tool for career insights that's available on Florida Shines. Please also share information with them on what financial aid options are available. A great tool for them to use is the Florida Department of Education's Apply to College website that has additional information about career planning, the Florida college system, residency for tuition purposes, financial aid, and more. This presentation emphasizes the significant benefits of pursuing higher education. As we've discussed, earning a college degree can increase lifetime earnings, provides access to better job opportunities, can help break the cycle of poverty, be paid for by a variety of financial aid programs. It's also going to help your students develop skills that employers seek and help your students expand their professional network. Additionally, the personal growth and confidence gained through higher education will serve as a positive influence on their families and communities. It's also going to help them pursue opportunities that extend beyond the classroom. My experience as a low-income first-generation student is what sparked my interest in becoming a higher education outreach professional. When I was looking at going to college, I graduated at 17 years old. I did not know, do I go to college? Do I go directly into the workforce? If I do go to college, what am I going to study? Where am I going to go? How am I going to pay for it? And so as I started to navigate that process, I thought early on, as I learned this, I need to tell other people about how to navigate this process. And then as I became a parent of a child who was navigating the whole planning and paying for college, I saw a completely different perspective from the parent point of view. And even though I had all of this expertise in this field, as a parent, I was overwhelmed at times, just trying to help Haley get everything in order. And I thought, you know what? I have all these years of experience in this field. And if I'm struggling as a parent, what is the average parent going through? So then I decided, you know what, not only am I going to tell students what I know, I'm going to start telling parents what I know. And so it's been very interesting to me to see how to share what I know between industry professionals, students, and parents, because while it's all the same information, there's definitely 3 different approaches. And so I am truly passionate about sharing what I know with others, because I think everyone has a right to go to college. And if I can teach them how to plan and pay for that, then I'm grateful. I'm grateful because not only am I changing that person's life, we're now impacting their future generations. Outside of my professional role, I do volunteer with my local church in the children's ministry. I also volunteer with multiple pet rescue organizations, which has resulted in a few foster failures because they were just so darn cute and I wanted to keep them all home. We now share our lives with 2 wonderful, spirited 8-month-old French Bulldog puppies whose names are Bodie and Boo Boo Bear. You know, while they are endlessly entertaining, they can also be very exasperating. So they've been to doggy boot camp and they did graduate their initial training, but now they're going back weekly to continue to work on their behavioral issues because they just want to be out of control 24/7. At this rate, I'm not 100% sure that they're ever going to be able to graduate because of their constant shenanigans. So anyway, that's just a little bit about me. If you have any questions or you need additional information, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You are also more than welcome to share this presentation with anyone else that you think may need it. Again, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this presentation, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you all for attending this presentation on why go to college. I hope the insights shared today will inspire you as you work with your students as they consider the numerous benefits of pursuing higher education. Remember, the journey to college is not just about academic achievements, but it's also about their personal growth, expanding their horizons, and creating a brighter future for themselves, their families, and their communities. If you need additional information, you can visit my Calendly link and book a free 30-minute consultation. If you need evening or weekend hours, please email me directly at Lori Oxier at oxierconsulting.onmicrosoft.com, and we can work out a date and time that works well for both of us. Thank you once again, and know that your time and dedication to the students and families you serve is greatly appreciated.